everybody, welcome back to PJ8-Bit. My name's James.
And I am a Peyton.
And we're back to do more Interrogation. What is next on the agenda in the game now?
Guess we'll find out. She wasn't easy to get, but I'd like you to meet the lovely Rachel Ezra.
Oh, hi.
She has some relevant secondhand intel about the front for us. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. Got coffee, water?
Yeah, we'll offer coffee and water.
No, I'm good. Let's just get this over quick, please. Okay.
Alright. Just thought it would be nice.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you have for me today, Rachel?
Well, my boyfriend, I'm pretty sure he's involved with, the Liberation Front.
Okay, very well, go on.
Well, like, ask me.
What's his name?
She wants you to pry it open. I'd rather not make this about him. He hasn't done anything wrong himself.
Okay, I can respect that. We're after the front, not him.
Okay, thank you. Well done, that's a good point. That was a good choice, dude.
How can you be sure he's with the Liberation Front? I just want to know what she knows.
I found all sorts of materials around the house. Like propaganda and stuff, and other small clues.
Okay. How was he recruited, if you know?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay. Has he been involved in any of the attacks?
No, I'm not sure he hasn't.
No, I'm sure he hasn't.
I'm sure he hasn't, but I wanted to ask, if I think he might be about to in the future, what do I do? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, get yourself to safety and report back to us.
Alright, will do. If push comes to shove, I'll do that.
Yep. Do you know anything about how they're organized?
There's this weird chat room he's on, something to do with pets, and we don't have any pets, so I think maybe there.
Okay. Do you know where they meet, if they meet?
There's this place, the Cafe Frigi. Okay. It's not his style in any way, and you wouldn't be caught dead in such a hipster hangout. Yeah, gang out, man.
Whoa, gang out with me.
So, I assume he does go there to talk to other Liberation Front people.
Okay. Do you know any names? Maybe, maybe not.
No names, but I can tell you that they seem to work in sets of 2. Okay. There's this guy who my boyfriend gave an obviously fake name that he often meets. I've overheard him talking about their gatherings as pod meetings. Other sets of 2 seem to have them too. Okay.
I think we're done. That's interesting, going in groups of 2. So it's like organized, disorganized, right? To keep them all separately?
Okay, I will. But I hope my boyfriend drops this shit before we have to talk again. I completely agree with that.
Yeah, if you can try to get him out of it, like even subtly, or like distract him or something. Oh, Mordecai.
Chief, someone's here to see you.
Okay.
This is Joseph Ward. More than 2 decades ago, he led a team sort of like ours against the Burgundy riots.
Okay.
Greetings! Whatever. Meeting room's ready for you, boss.
Okay.
Boss.
What do you have?
I love the rain in the background, it's nice, eh?
Okay, we'll be respectful. We'll say, Mr. Ward, it's an honor to speak with you, with someone as experienced as you.
Don't sugarcoat things. Tell me what this is all about.
Okay. I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah, man.
I asked you because I need
coffee.
some operational advice. I asked you because I need to understand what we're... I think not operational, and I don't want to be like, I can't trust anybody in this office, because I actually do trust the people I work with. I'm going to say I asked you here because I need to understand what we're dealing with. I like that answer.
Exactly. Yeah. You're dealing with people, Greenie. Hard nut to crack. But why me? What the fuck's this guy?
You put in the hours defending people from a front they didn't even understand. You successfully organized and managed an anti-terrorism squad. You've dealt with these sorts of people before. You know how they think.
I would say the organized thing, if that's true.
You successfully organized and managed an anti-terrorism squad.
Ha! Oh my god, I love this guy. Is that what you think I did? You winged piece of shit. No, I winged it every step of the way. Yeah, but come on, how'd you figure it out though? Come on.
Okay, well, either way, tell me about the Burgundy Riots operation that you led.
There was a lot of anger in those times. People just couldn't sit and talk anymore. Everyone was so divided.
What was their motivation at the time?
Well, at first, they were angry at the government, but soon things spiraled out of control, and they hated the Chinese. No, I'm sorry. And groups with all kinds of extreme political agendas got involved.
Okay. How did you approach the situation?
Yes, I'm making fun of him. We had to differentiate between regular protesters and extremists. We didn't let the terrorists blend in with the crowds or manipulate their anger.
Oh, okay.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting. So how did you catch the leadership then?
Well, when we uncovered what they were planning, we used that information to convince their underlings to rat them out. Most of them didn't want anything to do with actual terrorism.
That I could see. Yeah, that I could see. Okay, so what are your thoughts then on the current situation, Liberation Front?
Look at a smile, oh my god. Oh, I think it's just that. A front. A nice cover under which someone does their work. Ooh. 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 That was cool. And with the creepy smile on top of that, that was kind of... Do you know what's going on here, man? Do you know? That was weird. Is that not weird? Am I crazy? Am I making a conspiracy right here? Like, that was weird, right?
Yeah, that was a little weird. You're right. Most of the suspects I've spoken with have been manipulated into helping the front. I would actually say he's wrong there. Because the people that we've talked to actually believe in it.
Have we actually had that, though, where they're clearly not lying, like they're open and saying that? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't know. I forget now. Maybe we have. I just completely forget. Go with your gut, man.
So you think they're being manipulated? I think they do believe in some of it. Well, maybe they are being manipulated.
This is a good point. I kind of want to see where he takes this idea. Because he presented an interesting idea, considering the name.
Alright, well, let's go with it. You're right, then.
Cut the head off the snake, while the others will calm down. Oh.
That could be true, though, to be honest. Where do you think we should focus our efforts?
Explosive weapons. The front didn't just build all these networks. They are working with established criminals. And these criminals don't have loyalty to any ideology. He really is against that.
Okay. I thought you would like to join my team. I guess we'll say it.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Bullshit, you're itching to get back. You know it. Yeah. No, you don't need to say. Okay.
Let's do it.
Oh. Oh, wow. You read me wrong, detective. I'm tired. I've paid my dues. I just want to rest.
I don't want to be rude, because it's like, you know what? Fine. Forget about it.
You might scare this guy off, too. He seems to have a good back information. I don't know if you'll get him on board. You might be able to. You think you can convince him? Oh!
Okay.
Pat in the back for you. Well done, man. Okay.
All right,
I guess you're right.
Work.
Fine. Okay, boss. Show me a rep. Wow, that was easy.
Wonder if they still have my old gun. Oh my god. Okay.
I hope so. I want to see that. Does it got rosary like Dean's? Dr. All, it's a meeting room with you, boss.
Oh my goodness. We're talking to lots of professionals right now.
Finger guns. Pew. Sorry. Pew, pew. Maybe she can give us a lowdown on how the front's actually thinks. This is cool. This is what would happen, though, if we're getting into higher end level crimes. We start getting more professionals in here. Hello, Doctor. Thank you for aiding us.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
Because the bottom one is way too, like, gushy. The third one's a bitchy answer, and being like, hi! It's just kind of awkward.
Hi! her eyes were coming out of her head. Okay. Don't worry, sweetheart. Please tell me, what do you want us to talk about?
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your background.
Oh, my crunchy smile. If I knew this would be a date, hon, I would have put on some better clothes.
Okay. Why academic life?
What is more wonderful than to corrupt the blank minds of innocence with an understanding of your own ignorance, as well as the desperation that comes with an insatiable hunger for knowledge. That is a very interesting line there, man.
What do you believe in?
Good conversation over a cup of... I agree with that. I believe in that. Do I make it? Barely at all, but I believe it.
Yeah.
Whatever I see, touch, or hear, and the power of the human mind to believe what they believe in is actually real. Ooh, cool. Man, these people have some fucking philosophy on them, man. They've thought things through, you know?
Okay. I understand you teach meta-ideological studies. What exactly does that mean?
Well, I couldn't help it. All my colleagues flaunted their fancy course names, so I had to step up my game. I couldn't just say I teach ideology. So dull. That's why I came up with this name. It's a wonderfully obtuse, isn't it? Kind of like this lady.
Then what is ideology exactly if you're doing a whole course on it?
Such a wonderful question by young Peyton here. Young Peyton right here.
Young Peyton's learning.
Technically.
She can be taught.
She can be taught. Technically, just a coagulated system of normative oh my god, my mouth hurts. Theorems without epistemic function, which forms the basis of personal and societal policy.
Interesting definition, but I think the relationship between ideology and policy is reversed. Ideology is more...
Do you know what that means? Normative axioms. I'm not sure what that means. Do you know what that actually means?
I don't know what the axioms means, but I'm thinking of normative meaning like system of norms.
Yeah, that makes sense. Epistemic function. I don't know what that means. This is interesting. This game's like really challenging our understanding.
I'm gonna say the second one.
Go for it.
Because I want to see what she says. They applaud lightly.
Oh, she's a debater. She likes to debate with people. You can tell. Somebody has been reading there. Zizek, I see. Well, I guess it comes down to the epistemological perspective from which we look at it, right? This is kind of cool to me. What I think this is a tip of the hat too, because I know there was because there's a lot of cool people that worked in this game, but what got my attention right away was there was a guy that has a master's in law that made this game.
That's really cool.
And I wonder if this is a tip of the hat to people that know their shit, which is really cool, man. To all of you, the whole team, whoever put this in there, that was a cool idea. I like that.
I know.
That's encouraging some higher end thinking in a video game, and I really like that a lot. Thank you for doing that. That's really, really cool.
Okay, she brought up writers. I'll keep her hooked.
Oh my, little honeybee. So she does talk like that.
Yep. Oh my, little honeybee.
You work just like my freshman students, aren't you? Know that? How could I choose between my babies? They're all wrong and right in their own unique ways, and that's why I love them all. Except for Kant. He's a dick.
This is great.
Yeah, this is we would hang out with this lady, I swear to God.
So, okay, unfortunately we're interrogating there. I understand your department, though, recently received a grant.
Yes, Sunshine. I know your little gift. Grateful, humbled. Hugs and smooches to all you lot. I love her so much. I love this conversation we're having with her.
Okay. Well, let's talk more about the Liberation Front's ideology.
Now, very well, darling. And later on, we shall talk about your department's ideology. Ooh, interesting.
Let's open up first with theirs.
Yeah. I talked to my students the other day about this. It's not a singular ideology, but rather an umbrella of ideologies with a common anarchist backbone divided into three branches. Oh, this is getting interesting.
Okay, can you describe the three ideological branches?
Well, darling, it's quite complex. Two of them fall someplace on the individualistic and collectivistic anarchist spectrum. The third one is the weird mixture with a lot of influences from international relations realism.
Okay, so what's this collectivist wing then?
Very well, sugar. Tell me, what do you know about it?
Okay, so from what I understand, their ideal world is one in which communities of people live in harmony. From what I understand, their ideal world is one in which the natural state of collective living allows you to be free from the chains of individual property. I think it's that bottom one. Because they're very much about freedom.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. They believe that the only stateless hierarchy...
Hierarchy less, yeah.
Even you had to pause, shut up. Private property less, societies in which the means of production are commonly owned. Create a culture of empathy and social duty that allows for even the disenfranchised to prosper.
Okay, so basically doing away with the capitalist system.
I gotta read up on more of this stuff, man. It's interesting.
Oh wow, this opened up a lot. Sorry, I'm just reading them all now.
There's a lot, yeah.
Yeah, because they have, what would you say is the main argument against collectivist anarchism? Is there anything particular about the Liberation's Front belief in collectivism? Do you have any works you suggest? Were there any other terrorist groups in history?
I gotta say, you take some time to think about it. I gotta say, I'm really blown away by this game.
It's really well done.
Because we started off with the interrogation concept, which I found was like, it was a really cool, interesting way to do it. It was a really cool, systematic way of doing it.
Yeah.
And then we were managing a department.
Yeah.
And now we're having philosophical, I wouldn't call it a debate. Well,
they're bringing in experts now.
Yeah,
that's
and
what's really
we're
cool.
talking high-level stuff now. Like, it's a whole other aspect of the game that's going to come into play here. Because, like, you got the police side of things, but then there's like, okay, what's really actually happening here? Let's look at the concepts of what Liberation Front's trying to provoke. Let's really look at it instead of just assuming what it is. I think that's really, really insightful. It's really cool. Well, the more successful ones were collectivists. Oh, what did we say? Sorry.
I went with the last one to ask about history, because if we know the history of something that's similar, maybe we can start to narrow down and find similarities and differences
and influences or something.
And influences and find maybe ways that this was dealt with before. Obviously, okay, so she's talking about something in the 30s. Maybe not the police work that we would do in the 30s, but you can start to, like, I guess, find patterns.
Good thinking. I like that. Good deductive reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
There were, however, a few anarchists that succeeded in holding some territory for small amounts of time, such as the Spanish anarchists during the Civil War. Wow, it's kind of weird. Fuck. Civil War.
Interesting. That's the Spanish Civil War.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a different one.
But still, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so what is the Liberation specifically, their views on collective anarchism?
Well, sweetie, yes, it is a left anarchist nature. But other than that, I am certain there is a plethora of different sub-ideological beliefs held in by different members, sorry.
Okay, and then what's the argument against it?
Angel, there are so many arguments, but only some that have not already been tackled by propaganda. I can tell you my opinion of what would be most persuasive for believers of this ideology, but first, let's hear what you think.
That in a collectivist society, the more charismatic will still be able to gain power by manipulating the collective. In a collectivist society, people will still be greedy and work for themselves, not the collective. In a collectivist society, people's individual needs are not respected. All three.
Yeah, I actually think they're all important. Because you got because you're right. If it's too extreme a collectivist, we're gonna miss the individual. Then in a collective, people will still be greedy and work for themselves. Like that's very possible too. Yeah. Although less likely. The more charismatic will still be able to gain power manipulating. Yeah, gaining power by manipulating the collective too. I think that's the top one's the most.
I think the top one is the most relevant. Yeah.
Bravo! Yes, darling. For those promised a world without serfdom? Serfdom. The thought of having their utopia destroyed by chains made out of customs and manipulative words is scary.
Alright, and then we'll do works, because maybe we can get books for our department.
Oh, but there are so many. Bakunin was the first to call for a violent revolution of the economically oppressed, instigated through terrorism, which he called propaganda by the deed. Then you can read Marx, yeah, whoever knows Marx.
Yeah.
And Kropotkin, and so many others.
Alright, let's talk about something else. Okay, so...
And I know my accent sucks, guys. I'm just practicing, so shut up. I'm trying, man.
Okay, so let's talk about the individual side of things now.
Alright. Very well, cutie pie. Then tell me, what do you think? What do you what do you know about it?
From what I understand, their ideal world is one in which a system based on the rights to self-autonomy and private property maximizes the self-determination of the individual. What I understand, their ideal world is one in which oppression of the masses is minimized by allowing voluntary participation within social structures.
Self-autonomy?
I think it's self-autonomy, yeah.
Bingo! For one to achieve happiness, they need to be able to be free and to do as they please with their body and their property as long as they respect the freedom of others. The state, and even democracy, limits this freedom, and only voluntarily fully consented transactions and agreements are moral. These also drive the economy to further prosperity.
Okay, so let's look into history first, because it's the same questions.
Well, there were a number of small European movements at the end of the 19th century, which boasted a similar ideology and mostly conducted assassinations of politicians. Of course, there is a whole gathering of violent libertarians, what the hell does it say? There's a lot
Successionists.
There's a lot of s in that word in
There's
the US.
There's a lot going on. All right. Okay, so what's the main argument against this?
Dear, if you want to debate with these people, you must think about the argument which will be the most pervasive to them, the believers. I can tell you my opinion, but first, let's see what you think. Now, here's something that's really interesting. So we literally had a guy that we interviewed who thinks there is no fucking ideology, and he's more basing on general criminal organizations just taking advantage of each other.
Yeah.
And she's kind of completely the opposite. Completely opposite.
Well, she says that there's three central ideologies, but obviously within those three, there's people that are going to branch off.
Yeah.
Or maybe not
normal.
conform.
That's normal.
And that's normal. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Individualist anarchism. In such a society, entities will accumulate massive wealth, will gain power to block competition through de facto regulation. They'll
clog markets that otherwise work well.
Okay. The most wealthy will also own all the weaponry. Okay. Pushes people to be as greedy as possible. This will limit humans.
Actually, the bottom one's one that's having trouble right now. I'd say the whole like America and Canada, we're having a big trouble with that right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Very, very big problem with that right now.
What do you think?
About relation to what we're talking about here.
Yeah, what do you think fits?
What would you say is the main argument against individualistic anarchists? I don't know if it's anarchy that really causes that. I actually think I'd say that's more like power over people. Most wealthy will also own all the weaponry, allowing them to press people.
I think the bottom one is the most relevant.
And go for it. That's what you believe, man. Go for it.
Okay.
She disagrees.
I don't think this is very persuasive.
Sorry. For they embrace. Don't you fucking talk in my bubble, lady. I will get. For they embrace greed as a rationalizer. A better argument might be to say that the wealthy could disrupt the free market by manipulating people into accepting economical regulations.
Okay.
I was gonna say I disagree with what that point too. Not to get on your butt, by the way. It was more because I feel like that's more based on power over people already. That's where people.
Right.
It's because it's manipulation, right? Getting people to think about things rather than each other. Well, Precious, yes, it is anarchist in nature, but other than that, I am certain there is a plethora or different sub-ideological beliefs held by different members.
Yeah, you've already said that. Thanks.
Yeah. Fizzlepuff, there are so many of them. Start with William Godwin and Max Stirner. But to really understand it, you also had to read a bit of the Australian school economists.
Austrian.
I'm an idiot. My speaker is an idiot.
Alright, so that's the collective. So...
What did I say?
Okay, last one. So this is international relations realism.
Yes, I did, darling. Then tell me, what do you know about it?
Okay, international relations realism. Okay, from what I understand, their ideal world is one in which the real natural freedom of every human being is unrestricted by artificial international constructs of law. Okay. From what I understand, their ideal world is one in which the natural state of competition and aggression between tribal-like communities improves the species in terms of evolution. I think it's the first one. The idea that we can cooperate without artificial borders? Ah, okay.
Not only that, these anarcho-realists seem to believe that humans should always struggle for power, and that mainstream ideology grants the ruling class power in exchange for harmful comfort. Without such, people would organize in small wearing communities, and in the long term, strengthen the species in an evolutionary sense.
Okay, so that was that one. Whoops. Okay, history.
Well, one can argue that even fascism in all its forms, from traditional Italian fascism to white nationalism, is just an expression of the same type of philosophy that stands at the core of this ideology, and that the strong should freely be allowed to rule the weak.
So what's the main argument against it?
Honey, you really want to debate the indoctrinated? Then you need to think of the arguments that they haven't heard and don't know how to tackle. I can tell you my opinion, but first, let's see what you think.
Okay, so how do you argue with an idiot? Gotcha.
That's a good question.
That in such a society, one's safety is only achieved by eliminating threats. This will push the powerful few to conquer and oppress the weak. Okay. As in such a society, people's animalistic aggression would be culturally amplified, which would allow them to implode upon themselves. That such a society could exist when humans' destructive capacity was limited, but not in today's world, and such nuclear bombs can wipe out entire cities. Probably the first one, I think.
Go with your gut? A decent argument, but they could tell you that massive armies are hard to pull off. However, if you also mention that modern weaponry, like tanks, are very destructive and could be used to keep weak masses enslaved, well, you may really see some doubt.
Okay. I want to just see if there's anything in particular to the... Okay, yeah, she keeps saying the same thing, that it's like, yes, this is, but everybody has a different opinion. Okay, and last one, works.
Well, this is the sub-ideology with the least history, but I guess you could read some insurrectionary anarchists like, Lance Stretcher or some anarcho-primitists like John Zerzan, and obviously some international relations realists like Kissinger.
Alright. Okay, so how are they reconciling them between all of these differences?
How do most couples stay together? By not talking about their issues and by projecting idealized scenarios of how everything will be fine. Okay,
that's one way to look at it, sure.
Jeez, okay. There is no logic-based reconciliation as much of those as those 20th century anarchists without adjectives would like us to believe.
Okay. So we can stop them by we can stop them by making them think about their differences. What is the main incompatibility between the collectivists and the individualists? Okay, so they talk about, okay, let's ask about I'm gonna ask, like, if we bring up the differences, if that will work.
Bravo! They do teach you some things at that police academy.
Okay, so let's find the incompatibility then between collectivists and individualists, because that has a lot.
Wonderful. I love playing the spot the differences, the good game. Let's do it this way though. You tell me what you think, and I'll tell you if your assumption is correct or not.
It's simple. It's simple. One depends on the existence of private property. The other depends on it not existing. It's simple. Greed is fostered by the culture of one, subdued by the culture of the other. It's simple. Monetary policy and individualist society must surely be based on fractional reserve system to keep interbank interest low, which cannot happen in a collectivist society. That's probably the most realistic. But then so is the first one.
One depends on the existence of private property, the other one depends on non-existent.
And this is talking about bank collapse.
Monetary policy in an individual society must surely be based on fractional reserve system to keep interbank interest rates low. It cannot happen in a collective society.
I'm thinking the first one.
I'm gonna say the first one too.
Yeah. Yay!
Correct!
Cool. So then let's look at realist versus collectivist and find the big incompatibility there.
There are many, and only by thinking of them all do you begin to grasp which might be the hardest to solve. Go on. tell me which one would you choose, and I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, so the collectivist ideology has humanist roots, while the other one holds it to its ideological roots, okay? Collectivist anarchism doesn't oppose modern living based on mass production, just its private ownership. The realist wing believes in the self-sufficient small communities which cannot sustain mass production. Okay, and then collectivist anarchism follows a culture of solidarity so as to oppose large-scale collaboration, as opposed to the realist wing believing in evolution through the conflict between communities.
It's getting complicated. I can see you're following it pretty quickly. I get it though, like slowly.
It's either the second one or the third one. I hate this in multiple choice tests, guys. I was never good at them.
I was worse at them, can you tell? Let's go for something, man. It's a game, not a test.
Yeah. We'll go with collaboration.
This may be a reasonable point, but it is rather wrong. Collectivist anarchists don't argue that their ideal society everyone would love everyone. Well, at least the smart ones don't.
Okay. And then let's look at individualist and realist.
Well, what do you think is their main incompatibility? Blah, 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 blah. Let's put the deductive mind of yours out to the test now, honey.
Okay, I think the individualist wing opposes any kind of social hierarchy, only supporting economic hierarchy. The realist wing believes in competing communities that can always survive, okay. Individualist wing believes in economic freedom rooted in an alienable right to private property, while the realist wing believes that there is only that possession of what they can defend. I think that the individualist wing ideology is incompatible with the nationalistic fervor that the realist wing tries to foster.
As a nationalistic fervor. What does that mean?
The idea of keeping nationalism, so keeping faith to one's community or country.
I got you. I don't really understand what made you believe that the naturalist wing tries to foster nationalism.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
We tried. I'm at this high level of thinking with this stuff. This is interesting. This is making me want to read up on this a little bit to understand it better, but...
Okay, so what is your opinion on all this?
Mine? Well, hers.
Hers, yeah.
Well, love, I do have a lot of professional respect for them. They play a great blitzkrieg that may ultimately cost them the war. As some of my younger students say, mad balls, bro.
Okay, and how is it spreading the ideology?
I don't know, sweetheart. It is not me running an investigation on them. I guess the usual methods: key people who would influence their social nodes, and the disgusting usage of subtle media nudges.
Okay, what do you mean by subtle media nudges?
Well, everyone does it. So much we barely notice it. You do remember that scandal about that tech and social media company Torpix and their manipulation of people's online news recommendations?
Oh, okay.
Imagine that is just the tip of the iceberg. Okay,
I get it.
You gotta watch.
Yeah.
Fuck, I already forgot what it was called. The Social Dilemma. You gotta watch that.
Yeah.
We keep coming back to this all the time.
I know, yeah.
We talked about this on Death Stranding.
Key people influencing their social nodes. I think I know what this is.
Oh, excuse me, Sticky Puff. I sometimes talk in academia gibberish. That's how I get tenure. What I mean is that folks just love agreeing with those they respect. So if you get some influential people to preach to you, it's easy to spread their message.
I.e. social media influencers.
Yeah, exactly.
I do have to ask one thing, though, that I am kind of curious about.
Oh, Dear, if I would tell you I believe in democracy, human rights, the free market, and the national state, would that dissolve your suspicions?
Not really. Just curious. Because why is it having these ones? Just because she's an ideological professor? That's kind of like profiling, isn't it? Oh, let's talk about how they can be defeated. Here we go.
But isn't it obvious? They need to be stricken down by the mighty sword of justice.
Okay, similar organizations.
Well, anarchist terrorists have existed for millennia. Even in this city, only a couple of decades ago, there were some attacks from such a group, and they called themselves the Burgundy Riots because of those lovely red graffiti paint they used.
Okay, how'd we get rid of them?
From what I remember, the leadership was caught, and this managed to slow down the movement's growth rate, enough for it to implode from the internal strife.
Okay, so what's the biggest difference then between the Burgundy Riots and the Liberation Front?
Oh dear, so many differences. And about leaders, not so the suburb in-depth analysis of this in sociologists. It comes down to the Burgundy group failing to understand that without going global, a mainstream's ideology apparatus crushes you.
Okay, and then how would you work towards then stopping the Liberation Front?
Well, any ideological fight is rhetorical in nature. Fight words with words, honey, not with guns. You just have to figure out what words will break the illusion of their words. You don't need me to spell it out for you.
Okay, any suggestions on which words?
Okay, darling, I'll spell it out for you.
You don't need me to spell it off. Well, apparently you do. You're a fucking idiot. Here we go.
You fucking moron. Here we go. People need direction, you see? And ideologies that don't offer, that get hijacked and twisted until they do. So this always leads to some centralization of power, you see, eventually. Happens every time. Happened to my boys. They're now terrorists. No, it happens all the time. Don't worry about it. The difference is only in the form, not the function.
Okay. Let's talk about something else.
Okay. Yo, can I have some coffee? I've not got a chance to drink my coffee.
I think that's it.
Well, I guess I'm not getting my coffee. Oh my crunchy smile. If I knew this would be a date, I would have put on some better clothes.
Okay, so I think we're done, actually.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say these two. I don't think she's a Liberation Front member. I think she just knows a lot of shit.
That's good, honey. I'm glad I'm not crazy. Very well. It was a lovely time with you, officer.
I saw the crazy eyes.
Wow!
Did you not see them this time? I missed them last time, but dude, I got them this time.
Dude, I don't think you've been paying attention. She's been doing that the whole time.
Alright, team. He's an old school terror squasher here. Front. This is the team. This is Joseph. Here to help us despite his retirement. Yeah, let's say that one. Oh, maybe they don't like that.
Please call me Joseph or Joe. Welcome, Joseph. It's great to have some reinforcements. Your resume is quite impressive, and your contributions may be invaluable. Thank you so kindly for having me. It's daunting, yet thrilling to be back.
I made my team feel like shit by saying that. Whoops.
Only Benno Weiss. Oh, is it Weiss? Benno Weiss?
Benno Weiss. Yeah. Sure.
They couldn't get yet. We're sure he's hiding with his uncle, out of state, so it might be a while.
Okay.
But the other three, they're in. Full-time mom Linda Bailey seemed to have handled our security guard, Wilson.
Okay. Sorry.
Anton Draxo, porn producer, seemed to have provided the explosives for Father Gabriel.
Oh, okay.
A porn producer.
Okay.
That's okay. And Helen Kufos, a yoga instructor, was in very close contact with the hostage taker Cassandra Hicks.
Okay.
Okay. And she is deaf mute, so we brought in an interpreter for you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Tabs prepped you the case files on them. And they're all set to go in the interrogation rooms. Cool. Crazy thing is, they didn't even fight it. They've already confessed to being with the front, all three.
What the fuck?
So the stakes here are whether you can extract from them the next move the front will make, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Go get him.
Okay.
Honey, do me proud, will ya?
Do me proud, will ya?
Proud. Okay, I'll read it. I'm going to read this really quickly for you. Here we go. Following leads from previous task force interrogations and confessions, we managed to track down and obtain evidence incriminating of what we believe to be the three high-level Liberation Front members. All of them have various connections to past bombings and already have been arrested pending trial. Helen Kufos is a deaf recruiter from the front, and Anton Drasko has provided logistical support in bomb delivery. Linda Bailey has stored and assembled the explosives. None of them deny their involvement in the Liberation Front and have been uncooperative. Uncooperative beyond. I thought they were cooperating, whatever. They are assured to prove difficult suspects, as they have nothing to lose at this point, and no reason to divulge any information. A confession will not need to be extracted this time, but these terrorists are sure to be connected to other front members or have information about its future targets. We have a unique opportunity. What you need to manage to extract from them now might be crucial in finally unraveling their entire organization.
Okay, so let's read about these peoples.
We have Helen Kufos, and she's been on surveillance list for quite some time, and she is an active in the numerous Liberation Front chat rooms and forum boards that we have managed to infiltrate. And she works as a wellness instructor, organizing outdoor retreats where she teaches yoga and mental relaxation techniques. Kufos is a paying member of our Small Animal Friends organization and has participated in protests organized by Future is Female and is a lifelong voter in the Green Party. And she has been linked to Cassandra Higgs as her close friend and confidant. Correspondence between the two proves that Helen has recruited, motivated, and aided Higgs in committing crimes for the Liberation Front. We have strong reasons to believe this was just one of her projects inside a terrorist organization. Kufos is deaf and mute, and she will be able to understand most of your questions through lip reading and will reply with the aid of an interpreter. Then we have Anton Drasko. Anton Drasko is a low-profile pornography studio owner with a reputation for niche fetish production. The studio has been involved in multiple lawsuits with actresses claiming that they have been underpaid or mistreated on set. So far, Drasko has reached settlement agreements in all the cases, and he is vocally anti-government and is a staunch opposer of what he calls the progressive conspiracy of the left. He has a clean criminal record up to his involvement with the Liberation Front. By going through his studio files, we managed to track deliveries made to Father Adam's church. Corroborating with this priest's statement that he received explosive materials, we have a strong reason to believe Anton Drasko delivered the bomb Father Adams confessed to having planted. And then we have Linda Bailey, and she's a widow of the decorated General Tom Bailey. She is not currently employed, and from what we gathered, never has been. Excuse me? Okay. She dedicates herself fully to raising and educating her three sons. Okay, she's a stay-at-home mom. Bailey and her family live a large country house in the outskirts of the city. Because of this apparently fulfilled life, and it came as a surprise to our officers when the description Daniel Wilson gave us of the person who blackmailed him to place the mall bomb ultimately led us to Bailey. Okay. Even more disturbing, the ensuing raid revealed not only the explosive material of the some caliber and type Wilson's bomb used, but also sufficient additional material to build several more explosive devices. And while this clearly incriminates Linda Bailey, we have no indication where she intended to use the other explosives or why. So she's looking the worst.
What's interesting about her is she's the widow of a former general, and
she's got all the time in the world too.
Did he? Yeah,
I think, or well, maybe not. No, sure. That's quite a chunk. She's got 3 kids. I'm sorry. That's a pretty big jump.
And she does homeschooling.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, here we go.
All right. Okay. So greetings. I have a few questions for you. If you'd be so kind as to indulge me.
She greets you. I got a question for you, by the way.
Yeah.
So I get porno dude. I get the other girl. What was this one again? What's incriminating her?
She's best friends with Cassandra, and she recruits people for the Liberation Front.
And she's admitted that, and Cassandra. That's kind of clear. Okay, gotcha. Let's rock and roll this. Let's do this fucking thing, man.
All right, let's get your backstory here.
And she says there's nothing special to tell. This is really cool. I wonder if this is real sign language. I have no fucking idea because I'm a smart human and don't know it. Not that you have to be a smart human to know, but you know what I mean. I'm not a well-versed human being. As much as I should be. What are you gonna choose?
We'll just say if you're an ordinary person, then we'll just aim to understand you.
She says that's exactly the problem, that ordinary people have been made desperate enough to throw their lot in with the front.
Okay.
Oh, that's the card she's playing on her side.
Okay. So, why yoga?
Yeah. She asks you why you chose police work.
I'm good at it. It's my calling.
She says it's a shame you've chosen to use it in the service of the bad guys. You know what she did there, right? She took control of the conversation by asking you the question.
Yeah.
Questions are what control the conversation.
Okay.
That's why it's interrogation. We're the ones asking the questions.
Yep. Are you happy in your life?
She says she's comfortable and that she can't be happy in a world in which the rich own the poor through capital and religion.
Okay. Then why were you working alongside me? What does your family think about your arrest?
She said she'll be fine.
Okay. So how did you manage to keep it hidden from them that you were a recruiter from a terrorist organization?
She says that contrary to what movies might make you believe, the process involves less dark alley meetings than you might think.
Okay. Do your other loved ones know of your involvement with the Liberation Front?
She says that of course they do. Now that she is a convicted criminal.
Okay.
To her point, she's kind of open. She said too. She's not scared though.
Okay.
Or depressed.
Okay, seemed like a positive social presence, Helen. How come you aren't close to anybody?
She said she doesn't know that she never really connected with anybody. Nature and the universe have always been her best friends. She's a hippie.
Okay, whatever. People can feel when someone has a rotten core, and that's what they keep them away. Food for thought. That sounds like luring existence. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I do hope that society can evolve beyond tribalism enough to be able to connect with those with different shells. Probably this one is the least
It
offensive.
sounds like a lonely existence. I am sorry. And she says that you should not be. Strong personal attachments would cloud her vision. Okay.
Okay.
So she likes focusing on herself.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair.
So we did that. Right, let's talk about Cassandra and how you got her in trouble, bitch.
She asks what else you want to know.
You don't feel guilty in involving her in any of this.
She says that no, Cassandra was an intelligent, strong, and confident woman who made her own decisions.
Okay, well, she's facing life in jail right now.
She says that's what you think. That the military-industrial complex will victimize her and have her killed in prison instead.
You can't really think that you and Cassandra, both privileged to the extreme, are victims, can you? Oh, that's so...
I don't like that.
Because you never know what people are going through, you know?
Yeah, you really don't know. I hate the military-industrial complex as much as you do, but Cassandra was just sloppy.
Okay, I do agree with that.
Yeah. Which is true.
Oh, it is true.
She even smiled at that, and she's more open, and her heart rate went up, by the way. She's smiling at you now. You notice that?
I'm kind of curious how she did actually go from a yoga trainer to a recruiter.
She says both guide the soul to fulfillment.
Okay, so how did you select who you would pull in?
She says that anyone willing to put everything on the line for society's progress was welcome.
Okay, let's see who she recruited here. So Daryl Pearson?
She says she only read about him in the papers after he was arrested.
Okay, Fred Ennis?
Nope.
Okay, Gabriel Adams?
She says she doesn't even know who that is.
Okay. Benno Weiss?
Nope.
Anton Drasko?
There's a disgusted frown and a decisive handshake.
Oh, so...
Wait. What's going on with the number of her heart rate? Heart rate's getting covered out now.
I think it's just because we tried that.
Yeah.
Cassandra Hicks.
There we go. Well, obviously, yes, you already know that, yeah.
Okay, I'm just throwing it out there. And Linda Bailey.
She says that dear Linda was here long before herself. Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That's good to know.
Okay, thank you. So it seems like the only one that she recruited was Cassandra. She knows Drasko clearly, but I don't think she would recruit him because he seems kind of gross. And she even said that now. So how many people then did you recruit?
She says many dozen, most of them sleeper agents.
Oh, okay. And do you think they'll be used for anything other than suicidal cannon fodder?
She said she hopes so.
Ooh, her heart rate ran out.
Yeah. They'll be used.
I heard the cafe...
I think that's interesting because that's poking holes in there. Because she's like, she almost like agreed, she pretty well agreed with you right there.
Yeah.
That they have been doing that. Like throwing people in just get suicide and explode up.
Yeah.
Like she just kind of agreed with that's wrong. And then her heart rate went up.
And she had a hesitation too.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So she does have a difference of opinion with the rest of the Liberation Front a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna push her a little bit more. Are you proud of the awful life you've drawn these people into?
She says that you fail to understand that she's simply helped them lift the veil from their eyes. If you don't have enough to, she went up again. Oh no wait. No, she went close. She went down.
She became close, but she got a little bit more nervous.
Did she? I thought she was already at 2.
No, she was at 3.
Yeah, the openness was at 3, but I thought the heart rate was at 2 already.
Okay, let's ask how she did it. How did you convince all these people to put everything on the line for the Liberation Front?
Many more people than the mainstream media would have us believe are in search of a higher purpose.
How did you find the people that would resonate with the front, though?
She states that any person that witnessed the injustice of today's world naturally resonates with the front, and that she just picked the ones that were not yet desensitized to them. Okay.
It is obvious to me now that the Liberation confronts people with highly diverging opinions. Did you only recruit with people with a similar outlook as yours? I think that's an interesting one.
She states that she only did what that was right, and that she would never poison such an important organization.
Okay. We know from other members that you communicate heavily through private chat rooms. Were you active in these chat rooms as well?
She says that as much as she favors natural face-to-face communication, it was necessary at times to coordinate through secure channels.
Okay. Were you in a pet care chat room?
She says that no, and that she doesn't understand why you would ask that. Interesting. So is that to throw people off?
Nope, that was the original chat room.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, well, what chat rooms were you aware of?
She says that all the ones she knows have been disabled.
Okay. I think she's actually telling the truth here, by the way. I should say that. It's interesting because she's getting kind of touchy with some of it.
She's back and forth. She's back and forth.
Yeah.
She's not, you can tell she's not that part of the organization that's like psychopathic and ready to like just murder people.
Yeah.
But she definitely believes in something that needs to be changed in the city. I think she likes being a part of that in general. And she just wants to build people up in an open, positive way with the organization, but clearly there's some corruption happening in the organization.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it started as, and now it's becoming something else because someone else did something dumb.
Well, like everything else, right? Unfortunately, people twist things. I'm gonna ask her about the Cafe Freaky because I remember that girlfriend. Yeah. She brought up that they meet there, so it's kind of in a sneaky way.
I like that. I heard that the Cafe Freaky makes like wonderful express. Don't you agree?
She says yes.
Oh, and she's more open. She's more open, dude. Woo! Oh, you're doing it. Oh yeah, snap.
All right. All right. Well, now that you're open, who's your boss?
She says she only answered to Linda Bailey. Okay.
Ooh.
Linda's not looking good.
Linda.
She has extra bomb stuff. Yep. And she's got evidence from the original bombs. And this is good. This is getting interesting.
Okay.
I like the communication swip up though of like the sign language is really fascinating because it even notes in the very top like, you know, the two have that exchange information because now you're getting secondhand information from the guy. Yeah. Back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
But what's interesting about that exchange too is there's been times where she's hesitated, like, and it notes that hesitation. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, this is I love this game. This is so
like,
cool.
I like what they do that too when other suspects have spoken. They'll tell you the tone of voice, or you'll see the expression change. Remember with that one gentleman with schizophrenia, like it would tell you when he was starting to go off the rail a bit there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have two other friends of yours. Tell me about them.
She says she saw Linda and Drasko were also brought in.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with Drasko. Let's start simple.
She says she doesn't know anything.
Okay.
She's open too, fairly open anyway.
Okay, she probably... What's interesting about that is when I said, did she recruit him, she made a disgusted face and shook her head no, like violently.
Yeah.
So she must know that he was part of it, though, to some degree.
Right there? You're talking about right there, right now?
Yes.
I don't think so, man. Because in the beginning description says there's a shrug and a sign to the interpreter. It doesn't say, like... Because before she's like exchanging more conversation with the guy, I guess she has to.
Yeah.
And then frowning. It'll mention that she frowns.
Oh,
right now,
okay.
she's not doing that. She's just like shrugs and signs interpreter. So at the end, and her head turning, I think that was just her going like, oh, I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's
But fair points you're making though.
Let's talk about Linda either way.
I think she said she doesn't know anything.
But you said your boss was Linda.
But we gotta really watch how she behaves.
Yeah.
Because it had a long thing of behavior, but I missed it.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
I'm actually gonna switch to Drasko before I start pressing her.
Go for it. I love playing the game when we don't have a time limit.
Yeah, me too, because you can kind of go back and forth.
You take your time.
I'm not even gonna mention what he does for a living. Let's just stick with the case at hand.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy to be like, you make a good living, or you fucking trashy porn. Like, you know what? Whatever.
We'll see. He might be proud of it. You never know. Okay,
well, either way, greetings. I have a few questions for you, if you would be kind as to indulge me.
They chuckle. Indulge you? Man, that sounds like a euphemism for frauding or something.
Alright, well...
Self-made, man. Always looking for bigger things. Oh, you are a jerk, aren't you?
As a producer and director, do you include political commentary in your art porn?
Oh, you know it. Glad you watched my stuff. You jackass. He's more open too. Yeah, he wants to fucking... Dude, he wants to fucking talk. Look at this guy.
Alright. Why porn anyway?
I was made for porn, baby! Porn was made for me, man. It's not porn. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay, Drasko.
Alright, well... What does it express to you?
Oh, fuck off, Drasko, babe. There's smut shows only made for the cash. Oh my god, sorry. That's a really funny thing to say. What'd you say to him, sorry?
I said, what does your art express?
Mr. Drasko. Dissidence, you know? Critique on how you were progressing into a castrated society ruled by feminazis and betas. What the fuck, dude?
Well, let's talk about those scandals.
Let's get off that topic. Sure, man. I can talk about them all day.
It's still a risky art form. In today's political climate, it's so easy for those girls working for you to claim that you abuse them.
Ooh.
What about those abused girls? Is that art as well? That's what I want to say. I wonder if I should play the game a bit here, though.
Challenge this, because what the first one just says just points it out. The second one uses it to challenge his art concept, to challenge challenge him as a person. Which, challenge someone as a person can sometimes emotionally get them to say something, but it also get them to shut down. Depends on the person.
Yeah.
I think. So it depends. He's a cocky son of a bitch, so he might get aggressive and fight back, which means he will talk.
That is true.
I don't know.
Fuck it.
Hey! Hey! Oh, he got close. Shit, this doesn't work. I'm sorry. That's a pile of bullshit! You know it. All my actors, men and women alike, have consented to the same contract, and the courts proved I didn't breach them one bit. Alright, you jackass. We should have talked him up. We gotta butter this guy. We gotta put some butter bars on his body. You know what I'm saying?
What's gonna happen to your studio now that you're behind bars?
It will lose some of its personality and edge, but I am confident it will survive.
Alright.
This guy, man. I don't hate people that are in porn. I don't hate people, but I hate people that definitely take advantage of people. Like abuse with the women and everything. Like that's a fucking shitty fucking.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it.
What'd you say to him? Oh, you're gonna go for something? Sure, man. I can talk about them all day. Sure, Chief.
Okay. Are you happy with your life?
I am living the life. Well, at least I was till you lock wrapped me anyway.
Alright, well, what's your family thinking about this?
They don't know, they're old.
Friends, lover, did they know?
Nah, man, I keep my business private.
No, I'm not gonna attack meaningful relationships and stuff. Like, that's so not useful. Unless you're trying to really piss them off. I heard that Cafe Freaky makes a wonderful espresso. Do you visit it often?
Yeah, great espresso, sure.
His heart rate went up with that, which is weird. But nothing else.
That's interesting, because that means he's been there. And he knows.
And he looked away, too.
Yeah, see? There we go. There we go. Now we're reading these guys. Good points, good points, good points.
Let's talk about these explosives.
Which ones? I placed all sorts. The ones in church? Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, where'd you get them from?
I have my sources. Wouldn't you like to know?
Okay, well, where'd you get your orders from?
And once I kind of do my own thing, I give orders rather than receive them. Like when I'm on the set.
Okay, well, do you know what they were used in?
One of explosions downtown. God, I actually do want to yell at this guy because he's just being a cocky piece of shit. Be uncomfortable.
Yeah, so we were able to disarm yours before it blew.
Good for you, Chief, but you didn't get them all.
Okay. How do you know the explosives are made? I'm actually curious.
Sure I do, but I'm not saying.
Okay. So you're being really... no.
He's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. This guy comes across as someone who's done their research with the law. He knows you can't touch him.
Yeah.
But he's cocky about it too, which could throw him into the barrel. You know what I mean? If you play him right.
Yeah.
Adams. I don't know. Don't think so. I've got all sorts of guys, and I don't know all of their official names.
Oh, okay. That I do believe. Because do you think a preacher? Because he delivered apparently to the preacher. Mm-hmm. Do you think a preacher would use his real name if he was buying explosives?
If a preacher will say it one more time?
If a really well-known famous preacher was buying explosives, do you think they would use their real name? Or do you think they'd use a pseudonym? Yeah, so him saying I don't know all their official names.
It makes sense.
Makes sense. Alright, well let's talk about our two friends here.
Ah, the ladies.
Alright, let's talk about Helen first.
She's got a hot petite vibe going for her, not much else. We don't talk.
I figured that. She kind of said that too. Let's talk about Linda though.
She's a good girl, does good work. So these girls both work at his place?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're just front members.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I don't know why I jumped to that conclusion. Sorry, that was really stupid. Sure, I love talking about my story. You take a note? Yeah, see? You see this guy? You know what you gotta do? You just gotta talk up his fucking porn place and get him open as shit. And then start pushing him. That's what I would be doing.
Though. I kind of
exhausted that. Is there nothing else?
That. Yeah.
Is there nothing else we can do? Fuck.
Because I pulled the scandal card, which I really shouldn't have.
Yeah, we lost him.
In hindsight. Alright. Let's go over here.
Hello, Miss Bailey.
Alright, greetings, Miss Bailey. I have a few questions for you.
When a bell rings, you're going to jail.
Yeah, you're fucked, girl. I think you're the one that gives the orders around here. I don't believe Drasko. I think Drasko's a fucking middleman. He's a driver and nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got a big mouth on him. You're right. That's the guy that I think...
You can talk him up if you use something. I said, whoa. Okay, can you watch her for a second?
Yeah.
Watch her eyes. There's one moment where she had evil eyes because of the drawings. Okay, I'm losing my mind. Okay. Oh, she blinked. I looked up and I just saw like whites in her eyes. And I was like, what the fuck? Demon eyes. This is it. She just blinked.
Alright, what's your story?
Just a mother that cares for her children.
And just making the world better for your cubs, part of being a mama bear?
Exactly.
Okay.
She's actually gotten more open because of that. Just talk about kids and shit.
Yeah. Are you happy about your life, Linda?
I was, yes. My family makes me happy. I wonder what makes you happy. Oh, she's trying to read you. They sigh and shrug. I keep forgetting to look at the behavior, like the descriptions of the behavior. They make a big difference.
I find joy in my work and from the good I do.
Answer after a brief pause. I guess that's nice, darling.
Well, whatever. Okay. Your file says that let's talk about your kids.
Let's talk about our kids. George, Robert, and Ulysses. Is that how you say that?
Ulysses, yeah.
Ulysses, my husband always thought it would be bare good luck to name them after the great men.
Alright, what's their ages?
George is 15 and Robert is 12. Ulysses is 7, all healthy and all happy.
Alright, let's talk about George.
Well, George is a rather shy boy, and I think he spends a bit too much time playing computer games, the video games. I'm not in a video game, by the way. I just hope that this new girlfriend of his gets him out of the new house more. And since he stopped doing karate, you barely see him out in his room.
Right, Robert?
Robert is a bit of a menace. I tell you, don't you turn that back on that boy. Don't you turn your back on that boy.
Did you say? Was that the one that's like 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough age.
I hope it's just age. She literally says so.
I find the toughest ages are 7. Sorry, I teach private students, so on ukulele, guitar. I find the toughest ages where I tend to have tougher lessons is 7, 9. And then it's tough in those middle school years, like grade 7, 8, especially grade 8, because once they graduate, they're like, oh, fuck guitar, you know what I mean? Like, they're done with it.
I'm on to better things.
7 and 9, I know are kind of tricky. And the other one that gets tricky is, what age are they when they're in grade 5, 6? Because grade 5, they're still okay. They're, like, still spongy. What's, like, that grade 6 age?
I don't know.
Anyway,
sorry.
whatever the grade 6 age, that can be kind of tricky, too.
They state, glowing with joy. Yules is a wonderful boy, smart, energetic, and with a warm heart. No mother could ever ask for more from a son.
So tell me, is it true? Do all mothers love their children equally?
Well, of course. Why would you ask that?
Alright, do they like living in the countryside?
Ulysses and Robert love it. I think George will soon get to the age at which he will start to hate it, but I do not know how I'll solve that.
Okay. Homeschooling, public school, or private school?
None of them. It's important to offer mixed education. This is what you get. You get some jelly beans, you put them on a plate, and then you move them around and make circles. A good public school with some private tutoring, extracurricular activities, and a lot of help and love at home. And also some free time. Allow them to discover their true selves. Oh man, let me tell you, my true self is time, discovering time. I use that.
Alright, let's talk about something else, because I'm done hearing about your children.
She didn't only opened up like barely at all.
Okay, so I heard about the cafe that makes good espresso.
Interesting.
No.
Or she's lying, but she's not really getting nervous. That's interesting. No, not really. Caffeine is really bad for your body, Just don't drink the coffee.
That could be for other people, though. Like, maybe because you know how they said they work in pods, so maybe certain pods meet at the cafe.
Certain pods
maybe
don't.
She has a fucking luncheon with her church ladies.
Exactly, they're in pairs. So we got, actually, it's kind of interesting how these two are both said that. So maybe they're the pairs.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe they're the pair that went to the cafe. Maybe, we don't know, because people go to cafes all the time.
Your file says that you're unemployed. Are you living off your late husband's veteran pension?
Ooh. Oh, okay, she's being honest. She's being open about it. Yes, it's enough for a decent life, and I would prefer my boys living with love rather than in luxury.
What particular part of the military did your husband serve?
He was a communications officer. He never led a unit, but spent most of his career teaching at the local military academy.
Okay, your husband was an important person, somebody who could have pushed for change but didn't. How does that make you feel?
Who said he didn't push for change? He did every day, trying to instill values and virtues into his students. But yes, he did not do enough. She even doubts her husband.
Okay. How did he pass?
Colon cancer. That sucks.
Okay, that actually really does suck. Sorry, man.
That would hurt.
Who's taking your kids now?
Ooh. My parents. I am certain they will do a great job. They're so loving. Wow, she's cool with this. She's more open. Why did that make her more open out of all things?
I don't know. Let's put some pressure now. Did they know that you're involved with the front?
No, they're too young to understand, but it was all for them. She's smiling. A creepy fucking smile. Look at that fucking smile, man.
Right.
I don't like this bitch. Oh
why do you say your involvement with the front was for your kids' sake?
Well, I want to ensure that they can live in a world in which they have control over their own lives. She's really open. She's 4 now. She's ready to talk about this.
Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna push.
This is interesting. She's ready to talk, but she's not scared easily, dude.
No, she doesn't scare easily.
Porno dude got mad at you.
And then that was it. Yeah, he wouldn't talk anymore about shit.
But she's like, I'll talk to you about anything. It's like, did you murder that girl? I did. Like, she'll go there.
Why Daniel Wilson? Why were you paired with Daniel? Let's figure that out.
Poor thing needed to help with his mother, so I tried to help.
In exchange, he was to help you with the bomb, then be with his mom? Is that what the idea was?
Like it should be. Wow, she's just open about this shit. This lady is scaring me. There's something wrong with this person.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, bombs and stuff and my kids. Like, what? Fucking crazy person.
Well, let's talk about the explosives you make then. Let's go there.
What can I say? I like to cook.
Girl, you want to cook? You want to cook roast? Cook roast.
Cook a roast, not the bomb.
Not
Look at her fucking smile, man. Look at that. She's like,
okay.
I want you to do it. Come on, I want you to ask the question. Come on. That's literally this lady. Oh my god.
Who did you send the explosives to?
All sorts of nice people. She's like 5 open, dude. She's even more open now.
Well, who gave you the orders?
My own initiative, of course. I love throwing bombs all around the city. It's great.
Do you know what they were used in?
I do. Ooh.
I'm gonna throw the children thing. They killed dozens of innocent people, some children with mothers.
Maybe they should have taken better care of the kids. Whoa. Oh, but her heart rate went up.
Interesting.
So you are emotionally triggering her now.
Okay. I know you're high in the ranks, but an operation of this scale is surely above the status that you have at the front.
Lady Luck, trust me when managing my own self.
Your own cell. Okay, so this is working the way I thought it was.
So we have pairs.
We have pairs.
Yeah.
But those are all foot soldiers.
Yeah.
Then you have a captain that's probably leading those pairs.
So
she's probably a captain.
So you're saying a cell is the pairs?
A cell is the pairs. Yeah, or a pod.
A pod. But she's calling it a cell. Is a cell
Maybe it's
different?
Pods, and then they make up a cell, and then she's in charge of that.
Oh.
And then
all sorts of people.
Yeah.
Not just 2 people. All sorts of people. So she's probably managing it right. A lot of doubles, right? A lot of 2 people, a lot of pods. And that makes a cell. That makes sense.
Okay, so why does the Liberation Front do these things? Let's start to rile her up.
Well, the world has always belonged to powerful, and that will never change. And all we can do is weaken their power and take their control away. I don't know why I keep going this accent, by the way. I feel like she
looks like Southern Belle, yeah.
Yeah. This is a lot. Oh my god.
Okay, I see. We're trying to figure out what her... Okay, so
I'm not reading it, so you tell me.
Guys, it says, I heard the Liberation Front pays criminals to do tasks for them. Are you certain these people have been paid enough not to talk when questioned? They're getting at the different ideologies. Don't you think that even in the utopia that the Liberation Front wants to build, the more charismatic will still be able to gain power by manipulating the collection? So we have to figure out, based on her behavior...
the right dialogue that will break her argument and make her understand that she can be wrong.
So she just said the world has always belonged to the powerful and that will never change. All we can do is weaken the power and take the control away. Okay. Don't you...
Does that make you the powerful though? You said it was never going to change.
Yeah, don't you think that? Let's try this one. Don't you think that even in the utopia that the Liberation Front wants to build, the more charismatic will still be able to gain power by manipulating the collective?
Oh, Drew, I think you guys figured it all wrong.
Shit. Well, is killing innocents wrong to you?
Powerful kill men directly and indirectly at will. Stopping this freak show society is worth it.
Okay.
This is a very fascinating game. It's making you really think about things.
Yeah.
Like philosophy and ideology and all this shit at the same time. Because at the end of the day, all this shit matters. It all matters. The way you manage your department, the way you work at interrogation at the small level, you know, the personal level, and then looking at the philosophical debates and arguments of all these points of views coming together, it all matters in taking a group like this down. It really does. It's really fascinating.
Let's try this one. Don't you think that even in the utopia that the Liberation Front wants to build, the powerful ones will conquer and oppress the majority even more than they are today?
I guess so, dear. But I think that those would not last for long. People understood that they are born free. But yes, that is why what we are trying to build is not utopia. It's a better system.
Interesting.
She's not trying to build utopia.
She is arguing me back because the utopia. Unfortunately, these all have utopia.
Interesting, though. She's very open. She's at 6 now.
Interesting.
She's very comfortable.
So she wants to talk, yeah. I heard that the Liberation Front pays criminals to do tasks for them. Are you certain these people have been paid enough to not talk when questioned? We have that handled, don't be worried. Okay.
Her heart rate went up, though. Her heart rate went up.
Interesting.
Why did that go up?
Okay, don't you think that even in the utopia that the Liberation Front wants to build, the ones who can... No, that won't work with
The
it.
utopia? Okay, yeah, we don't...
no, I don't want to chance that yet. Okay, so do you know what I respect from the Liberation Front?
Oh, no, but I would love to hear it.
I respect the Liberation is how you want to achieve a world finally ruled by the most notorious...
Achieve a world with the most powerful disarmed. Most powerful. Wait, want to achieve a world in which nobody's allowed to be more powerful. That's not what she's trying to do.
I think it's this one.
I think it's that one, disarmed.
Yeah.
So that we may determine our fate again.
Oh my god, she's
open.
loving me. All right, let's talk about these pods. Were you in charge of any of one by chance?
Oh, I did have a small role, but not major. Actually, heart rate went up again.
Yeah, interesting.
Don't worry, if you're curious about who is in the web pod, I'm afraid I was not privy to any details of the final structure. She's looking at you directly, dead-eye. Look at her face, Sarah.
Interesting, yeah. So we're getting a little nervous, but we're still kind of open, which is interesting. So let's go back. Let's talk about our friends in the other room here.
Anton and Helen? Yes.
What can you tell me about Helen?
Helen would work for us as a recruiter, and she is one of my best acquisitions, and she did so well mobilizing Cassandra too.
Okay.
She's at an 8 for openness, man. What the fuck?
What can you tell me about Anton now?
We don't really trust him for doing any more than deliveries.
I wondered that. Didn't I say that? He's a delivery man, nothing much.
He just delivers.
Yeah. Interesting.
So he's useless. This bitch has all the information.
She might have more though, Helen.
Helen might have more, but I think the guy, the porn dude, is like useless.
Porn dude's useless.
He just looks bad. But he's not that bad.
Although, if we could get from porn dude what his next delivery is,
that would help get next bomb. Yes.
Yeah. Should I try the money question? What's the Liberation Front's next move? She's pretty open, and we've kind of exhausted all the other topics.
I kind of agree. Why the fuck not? Her heart rate's up too.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Let's do it.
Freedom from the powerful. That's always the next move. No kings, no destinies.
Okay, so we're being cryptic, eh?
Yeah.
Let's talk some more.
She's watching you, man.
What does your family think about these arrests?
They're struggling to understand.
You want them to still be able to see the freak show if it goes ahead.
Oh, she went more open?
God.
She's hard to piss off. Eh?
She is hard. I thought that
She's
was. Now I actually genuinely now I am trying to piss her off. That's the funny thing. I'm actually switching to bad cop a bit.
You're trying to get her. Yeah. Well, she's so confident in her ideologies. Eh? You gotta fucking shit her ideology. But I know it's not gonna be the very good option. So.
All right. Well, let's talk about this late husband of yours again.
Okay.
What would your late husband say about all those murders?
Honestly, he wouldn't understand, but he would know I only did it for the sake of our children. You tell yourself that, lady.
Well, let's talk about those children then. What do you think they're...
I love my boys.
I know. I know that there was something rude. Oh no.
Where's my rude option?
There's no rude.
Oh, my rude option. Okay, no rude option.
No rude.
You can go back to Helen and see if she'll give you more based on now that we know a lot about. I don't know, maybe. Would you Oh. They just shake their hand and shrug before signing.
Oh,
she
right.
says there's no anything.
Okay, sorry.
This girl's hiding a little bit still. She says she knows her story is one with no happy ending. What are you talking about?
Her life story.
Oh, okay.
Can you talk some more about your family? We talked about this. Nothing new. Sorry, I'm just going through the role. Cassandra, because she talked about mobilizing Cassandra. It could piss her off. Oh, what did you teach Cassandra to do in case she got caught?
She says that she just got caught and taught her to be a reasonable human being that tries to defend our future. What?
You know, though, that Cassandra broke and is the one who gave you up to us, don't you?
Oh, sure heart rate went up, dude. Uh-oh. They blink in disbelief and disappointment.
I don't want to use the privilege thing, but it will piss her off. Because when you talk to somebody who is a minority and you focus on maybe an aspect of their privilege, it is easy to bristle. Because with her, she is deaf-mute.
Yeah. But I know what you mean. You're playing.
But you can bring up
up
the fact that she's a,
I know it's fucked
she's
up.
She's a white woman.
I know exactly.
So it's really fucked up because then you're kind of
you're playing a game between these things. I know what you mean. I agree with you. It is fucked up. I wonder if the game's wondering. They put it in there to see if people will do it. They shrug.
There's nothing really there. Oh yeah, she won't talk about these two. Yeah. Sorry guys. I know
we got try.
I'm trying to see if anything's opened up.
Yeah,
that's why
because
I'm going.
we've kind of toured into these people quite a bit. This guy's not really talking though, which is kind of interesting. He's pretty closed.
Yeah.
Because usually when we got somebody that's kind of a dead, a goose egg, right? They're usually pretty open. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Here you go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Isn't killing innocents wrong to you?
As I always say, big man gotta make calls for the life and death. What the hell, man?
Interesting. I'm gonna try this. You know what I respect about deliberation from?
Sure, man, go ahead. I think they believe in different things.
Yeah.
I don't know what he believes in, though. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna go with, because he's about building on himself. He's an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm gonna build on that, and I'm gonna say not that anyone's more powerful than one another, but that it's finally ruled by the people who are the most meritorious, meaning that they've achieved the most in life.
Fuck yeah, man, you get it.
There we go.
Oh, dude. His openness went up.
Yeah. So, let's keep on that.
Well done, dude.
What can we use against that? Because I just wanted to test that. Now that I have, I can actually use the words against them. So let's see what I can do.
Yeah, it's getting tricky.
Yeah. I think for him, going after wealth...
What does he care about, though?
Wealth.
Yeah, money.
Yeah. Because he doesn't care about the charismatic. Because he is charismatic.
Yeah.
So he would still come out on top. He doesn't...
Hog the free market, he would care about that.
He's going to care about business in the free market.
He's going to care about how business works. Well, yeah, but much less than today when the politicians are in cahoots with corporations, right? His heart rate went up, by the way. Well done.
Interesting.
Well done, dude.
Okay.
Well done, man. Shit, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That was cool. It's interesting how you get in them because you really have to be sneaky.
Yeah. Let's actually find out what Helen's motives are.
I mean, she's at a point where you could really get her too.
Yeah. Okay.
What'd you say?
I said, how can you justify all the suffering that you've caused?
There's a frown and exchange in sign language with interpreter C. Her openness went open more, and she said she has a hard time sleeping after that.
Okay.
So she's looking guilty, man.
I am going to bring up this. Has having a hard time integrating as a deaf-mute child led you to pursue social change as an adult?
She says, indeed, it was a factor, yeah. So, no, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that's respectful enough. Okay, so you know what I respect. Let's open them up. Okay, so this is what I really had to do. Ah! No!
Careful with your buttons, girl.
Sorry. Okay, so... Let's have the wage. No. It's this one.
What is that one?
Nobody is allowed to be more powerful than another person.
Yeah, she'll like that.
Yeah. Okay.
She's more open. Well done.
Here we go. Let's talk about something else then. We got this tactic from Linda, so I think...
This is really important, though. I think what the game's now presenting in combination, if you want to convince somebody to stop doing something fucked up, you have to show that you understand their perspective. You have to show that really concretely, or people won't listen.
Yeah.
And that is a really important thing. It's funny, in retail, I know I only work in fucking retail compared to this stuff, but I'm gonna say this, even at retail, the biggest things that they push is when you're dealing with a frustrated person, a customer or whatever, right? You have to stop talking and listen to them, and listen for a while. Let them talk out, and then emphasize with them right away. Try to reinterpret what they're telling you on their side, so that you're showing that you understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
It is very important. So this all makes sense because at this level with the police department, you have to understand the organization and where they're coming from if you wanted to storm the organization. This makes sense. This is really well done. This is so cool to me.
Don't you think that even in the utopia that the Liberation Front wants to build, the more charismatic will still be able to gain power by manipulating the collective?
He says that it is a possibility, but only if those leaders have no kind of civic sense of duty.
Okay.
Her heart rate's really pretty high up, and look, she's got a scrunched face now. She's looking nervous. Look, she's bobbing her head. She's bobbing her head faster.
I'm gonna make the move.
She says she really doesn't know, and that maybe you should ask Linda. They should smile and shrug before a sign exchange interpreter. She's.
There we go. We got something out of her.
Wait, what'd you say to her?
I asked her about Linda again because she said you should ask Linda. So I was like, okay, well, let's go talk to her about Linda.
Their operation cell. She was in charge of her operation cell and refused to have her sons recruited from the front. Ooh, there's juice.
Okay.
Did you hear that?
So why did she not want her sons with the Liberation Front?
She says that if the movement fails, they can at least watch the freak show from the first row, not from behind bars.
Okay.
You're in trouble now, girl.
Yeah, see, we got some stuff.
We got some juice in you now.
We got some juice in you now. Let's talk more about those friends. Let's talk about Helen.
Well done, though. This makes sense, though. It literally makes sense in how you communicate with somebody.
Yep.
Get information.
Let's talk more about that Liberation Front. Oh, wait, no, this is the... some of them are kind of confusing, sorry. Let's talk more about those explosives.
I'm gonna say I like to cook. I fucking hate that line. I like to cook. Big boom booms.
Who did you send the explosives to? Oh, all sorts of nice people. Who gave you the orders?
My own initiative, of course. I don't.
How do I get this? How do I get this? How do I get to...
You have to push the sons. Go back to her kids. Talk to her about her kids.
Okay.
Let's talk more about your kids. They might have opened up another option. It's right there. Right beside your mouse. Oh, boom. Now scroll down. Nothing? Really? Okay.
No.
Fuck. Maybe you have to dig a little bit more with Helen, because she was like opening something up. Maybe you have to dig a little deeper.
What's the Liberations Front? Oh, she's being really...
Yeah, she's being...
dodgy. Okay. I heard that you're...
Were you in charge of one by any chance? Oh, I did have a small role, but nothing major. Don't worry. If you're curious about who is in what pod, I'm afraid I do not privy details. Yeah, we already asked this before.
But she just admitted it. Okay. Yay, you. Pissed you off early. Didn't mean to. We talked about that. Who gave you the orders, man? Oh, interesting. Now he's hesitating about that. Jarosco, look, it's obvious you weren't shit in the organization, as the others have just told me. I can get you a deal, just give me something worthwhile, man. You ain't shit. Oh, he's pissed. He's pissed, but he's scared. So he got
Sorry, I had
pissed.
to run. What happened?
I told him he wasn't shit in the organization. He got pissed at me.
You ain't shit, you. It's angry. Oh, his heart went up though. But he definitely closed up. He's looking really closed up. Look at his body language.
Then what's the next move, buddy?
How would I know? Exactly.
Huh? You pretending to be the leader?
Yeah, well, that's what they've been instructed to do.
Well, let's talk more about the ladies.
Okay, now he's just saying okay.
Bailey, okay. Yeah!
You're getting shit out of them though, bit by bit, man.
It's like pulling goddamn teeth.
She's looking concerned, this one.
Yeah. Let's talk about something else. Yeah, I think we've gotten all we can out of her. She's got fucking hyperventilate. She knows the answer. She knows the answer.
I know she does.
Tell me about her story.
You gotta pick on her kids, because that was the big juice from Helen. You gotta pick on her kids.
I know.
I just don't know how.
So your parents will take care of your kids. Are they proud of their mom being a terrorist?
They know everything I do is for them. Uh-huh. Oh, her openness went down.
Did you know that they were in the Liberation Front?
No, they're too young to understand, but it was all for them. What, you want your kids to live in a world where they can be blown up by me at any minute? Why? Ooh.
Yeah, so what, you want your kids to live in?
No, obviously, it's just a necessary tradition. So she, wait. So okay, her heart rate went up, but her openness went down. So I'm starting to get the idea here. So the reason why the openness is going so ridiculous is because you're gonna have to push her, and the openness is gonna go down, 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 down. You have to get her heart rate really, really high.
Yeah. Well, then why do you say that the involvement was for your kids' sake?
Well, I want to ensure that they can live in a world in which they can have different lives. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think I just got a bit pushing. Just got pushing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these explosives again. Who gave you the orders? My own initiative. Okay.
Just an eyebrow and smirks.
I don't want to question her authority because she has authority. Let's talk more about these friends. Elaine.
She was one of the best acquisitions. She did so while mobilizing Sandra too.
Okay. Well then what's their next move, mate? I gotta get something on her. I think I can get from here.
I still think it's the kids though. Like, we haven't thrown the concept of like... Oh, we kind of knew that though. We kind of knew that she wasn't throwing her kids in the mix. Actually, we already talked about that. Doesn't make a difference, yeah. You're right, we need something else.
We need something else. So who were your bosses? She says she only answered to Linda Bailey. Who did you say you selected to pull in?
She says she welcomed anyone willing to put anything in the line. Okay.
Did you
She said that she made clear that enough the first time that you asked.
Okay, so she never How many people did you recruit?
Did Porn Dude, by the way, give you anything when he like freaked out? Did he give you anything?
No.
He's gotta do something.
I don't think he knows shit though, seriously.
Well, I would push him more and be like, you don't know shit, you don't know shit. He might dispute something that he does.
Alright.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's talk more about those deliveries.
Because he might know one little thing.
Who gave you the orders?
Yeah, no, you fucking don't. Yeah.
Do you know how the explosives are made?
Oh, so you don't know how to make the explosives. You don't know what the operation was. You just delivered like a delivery boy. Nice.
There we go.
Hey, fuck you. I'm a key in this whole operation. His heart rate's going up. I told you this guy's a key. Because he's going to have one little piece of information. Draftsman, look, it's obvious you weren't shit in this organization. Fuck, there's another big bombing coming to you, like a factory.
Oh,
hello,
can
buddy.
we take that to Linda? Okay, so now we can confront Linda about this. What factory are you targeting?
Well, you found out that, huh? Good job. It's going off very, very soon. Her heart rate went down. She is relaxed.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why did that go down so much? What the hell? Why did she relax all of a sudden when we just found out about the bomb?
I want to know how this freak show might ever be stopped. We need to take control over our own lives.
Do you really? I'm glad you see things this way.
Your leadership close to Lady Luck. What's the plan? Okay, well, where's this bombing taking place?
I'm not sure you understand the scale of the action we need to take to make a change.
You son of a bitch.
She's gotta freak her the fuck out. And now we have time.
What factory are you targeting?
She says she's glad to hear the news that the means of productions are being liberated and that maybe you should ask Linda. You should try to find out what motivates what?
They're talking about the motives.
Of the people? We already know that.
Yeah.
Sort of. We know her motive is pretty obvious.
Yeah. That's why.
Yeah, we know the motives already. She's not scared or anything. I would definitely put her in a situation of like, I guess I think they are born free, but yes, that's what. Yeah.
Oh great, I've got a fucking timer now.
Yeah, you didn't know that? I was trying to tell you that.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, well, what factory are you targeting? It's her.
How can you fucking shit on our kids? Like literally, like.
I think just keep going on. And
Like
on.
she's a terrorist. She's a terrorist. Is what she is.
Terrorist.
You can either do a couple things naturally, either rile her up to say something getting her angry, but she's really hard to get angry. She's really
hard to get angry.
Or you can convince her that she's wrong, which is also going to be hard. Because she seems pretty cozy in her little chair about everything. Fuck, man, this bitch, I swear to God. What was the clue they gave you again? What was the clue? I just wanted to understand. You should try to find out what motivates these people to be in the Liberation Front. Do we know that already?
Yeah.
Like 100% though?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man.
It's always when we get to the nitty-gritty it gets hard.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna get the. Might I borrow your phone? I don't want to look up the answer, but I kind of want to be careful here.
It's hard to look up the answers.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I really don't want to cheat. The thing is, the alternative is if we get this wrong, we're doing this whole thing. You can keep playing.
Well, no, I'm gonna just pause it for now. We'll be right back.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, whatever. We'll be right back, guys. We just don't want to have to do this all over again, because that is exactly what will have to happen. So, one moment. We're not gonna... All right, we're back. We think we know how to do this. We're so close to getting this fucking motherfucking bitch. Oh my god.
The plan is to to make a change.
Oh, man.
I think we fucked something up, but I don't know what.
I'm trying to figure it out. My god, we're so fucking close. Like, guys, just to give you an idea on the other side, literally, whatever we do differently here, we end it. Like, literally just a punch to the nuts, and then we got her. We just don't know what it is. We're fucked.
I think we're fucked, yeah.
Shit. That sucks, because we were so close. Oh, whatever. Yes, you couldn't stop the bombing in time. Result. Okay, guys. I don't know about y'all, but we're really pissed. We spent so much time on this, and we were actually so goddamn close, but we're gonna have to put this away for the next episode, because we are way over our planned time. We were planning on doing an hour. And it's like, what, fucking 2 hours right now?
2 hours, yeah.
We love you. I'm sorry. We tried. We were so
tried so hard.
But I still want. We all need a round of applause for Miss Peyton, because like she actually rocked it all the way to the very last finish line, and this bitch fucking held her back by a nose, by a goddamn nose. But we'll get this motherfucker next time on PJ 8-Bit. See you next time. Bye bye. I'm gonna go get her, and I'm gonna shoot her every fucking cannon into the wind. She's such a. Hey, I'll go get our kids to watch.
Honestly.
Like, how is she not like, yeah, it looks bad. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah, honey, I just love blowing up buildings. It's my favorite thing.
I agree I hit their ideologies sooner.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the key. The thing is, I think in the next episode you're gonna burn through this. Like, you're gonna be like, okay, that's you. Okay, now we have all this time to get at you. You know? I don't recall seeing, though, her telling you, yeah, you